Washburn, Ohio is the only place in the world where everyone in my real life and those people who live in my imagination can come together. And I'm there too at every age I've ever been. I was born in Washburn. I spent my infancy there and my childhood. It's where I got married, and it's also where my children grew up. My parents are there at various ages in their lives as young children themselves. My mother gazes absently at some point in the distance during her college days. My father poses menacingly in his Nachos High School football uniform, where he played the unlikely position of center at 6 feet 2 inches, weighing only 139 pounds. During the season he posed for that yearbook photo, the team had a perfect record of no wins and 9 losses. And then there are my mother and father at their wedding, with seemingly every possibility open to them. My grandparents are on hand. My grandmother as a lovely young woman in a sumptuous hat, my grandfather late in his life being celebrated on his 70th birthday. There are my aunts and uncles, even my great-grandparents and their siblings, as well as assorted cousins and friends. Eventually there is my own wedding, and then my children and my great-uncles and aunts, my cousins and friends. Even my pets, who are only memories in actual time, are roaming the streets of that mid-sized town. My book, Being Polite to Hitler, is the best I can do to let my reader visit the world in which the town exists. In fact, I suppose I'm trying to provide every reader with his or her own private Washburn. In my own case, it's where I've learned how I can bear to know the reality of the world in conjunction with the enormous pleasures of what has been my very fortunate life. It's true that people tell me the town of Washburn is entirely imagined, of course, but it is so real to me that I feel I could point it out on a map. It is where I live and the place to which I retreat to discover the meaning of the world I inhabit. If you can find the right map, you'll find the town of Washburn is southern, northern, eastern, and western. Although it's thoroughly American, it encompasses Williamstown, Massachusetts, San Francisco, Mount Vernon, Ohio, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Natchez, Mississippi, Columbia, Missouri, and even the city of New York. Its suburbs are everywhere. If I've managed to do what I intended, then you'll know all the inhabitants to one degree or another, and I hope you'll be interested in their evolution through mid-20th century America.